Well, good evening. Today is Tuesday, January 6, 2026, and for dinner we are going to have some Instant Pot creamy chicken pasta. Okay, so here is the recipe. And as far as the milk and the cheese go, it might be a little bit more than that, depending on what we find when we're done cooking. Okay, so anyway. I just wanted to give you that heads up. Okay, and here are our ingredients. We have some chicken broth, some elbow macaroni, some garlic powder, black pepper, a pound of chicken, some broccoli florets that are frozen, salt. We got some shredded medium sharp cheese, and some milk. So we're going to get started cooking. Okay, so we are now starting our cooking. I have went ahead and cubed up that chicken. So I put that in the bottom of the pot. Now I'm going to add our chicken broth. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add our garlic powder. Okay, and we're going to give that a quick stir, and then we're going to go ahead and add our pasta. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it over the top there. And we don't need to even stir that in. So I'm just going to kind of turn it around a little bit, though. We don't want it all lumped up into one area. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, looks good. Okay. Now I'm going to get the lid. Okay, I've got the lid. And now I'm going to close it up. I'm going to put pressure cook, and I'm going to put this up to 6 and press start. And now we're going to go ahead and let that come up to pressure. Okay, so it has come to time, and we're going to turn it off now. And then we're going to do a quick release on it. Alright. There we go. We're just going to let that release the pressure. Okay, so it has released all its pressure. Now we're just going to open it up and let the steam come off it a little bit. And let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour in our bag of broccoli. Okay. And I'm going to just spread that around a little bit. Okay. And now we're going to recover it. Okay, and we're just going to let it kind of just sit on there, okay? And we're going to let that sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere around there, and then we'll be back for our final step. Okay, I have just removed the broccoli. So now we're going to go ahead and add our cheese, and we're going to give this a good stir. Okay, there we go. There we are. And it'll start melting here shortly. Okay, and then once this melts, we're going to go ahead and add our milk. If it's not hot enough, you can always put it back on the warm function. It's where it says keep warm, just to warm it up just a little bit. So that cheese will melt. That's what I just did. Because I want that cheese to melt pretty good. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the milk. There. There we go. Okay. How about that? Should be just enough milk for this to work out. Now this is only enough for about 3 people. So, and it's, you know, it'll be 3 good hearty bowls of this stuff. So, if you want more, of course, you'll have to add more ingredients. If you want to double it, double the ingredients, that kind of thing. You don't have to double the time though. Okay, because it's still going to take the same amount of time to cook this stuff. But anyway, I'll be right back as soon as this finishes melting. Okay, so I've added my broccoli back in. So now I'm going to give it some salt. And we're going to give it some pepper. Okay, and then we're going to add a little more cheese because I think it needs some, just looking at it. But anyway, that's up to you, but I'm going to add some. Alright, I added about another handful of cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stirred and let that melt. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. And you don't have to use broccoli florets if you don't want to. You can use the cut broccoli at Walmart. It is, I think it's like 98 cents or so. I just like the broccoli florets pretty good. But, you know. And if you already have some leftover broccoli in the fridge, you can feel free to throw that in. That'll already be done. Okay. Doesn't that look pretty decent? Now, if it gets to be too thick, you can always thin it out with just a little bit more milk. But I think I'm just going to let it continue to melt. I might even put the lid on it. Maybe it'll help it a little more. Okay, well, I had to heat it up a little bit more. So I put it on the saute function instead of just the keep warm function because my cheese really wasn't melting. So let's see what we got. Oh. Yeah, I think it's starting to do really well. Okay, so I think maybe 1 more minute or so. See, there's a few little straggly pieces of cheese that need to finish melting. But I think I'm on the right track. What do y'all think? Maybe I should put a little more milk in there. But anyway, look, my noodles are perfectly done. How about that? Yeah, I think I'm going to put a little bit of milk. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, well, I went ahead and I added a little bit more milk and a little bit more cheese and some salt and pepper and just a little more garlic powder because I like it. But that's up to you, you know. It's all up to your taste. There. Okay. So it's looking really good now. Looks creamy. You hear it starting to sizzle. There we go. Okay. How about that? So. Okay. All right. Nice and creamy. Okay, now you can see how it's turning out. That cheese is melted nicely. And it's not soupy, for sure. Okay, that's good. Okay, I think I'm gonna turn it off. And we're gonna get this plated up. It looks like it's about done. I think it is done. Okay, I just wanted to show you the final product before I put it on dishes. This is what it looks like when all that cheese is melted and everything has come together. Okay?